Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, and I'm bringing you guys a new series. It's called Movie Mondays. I figured I'd start this series since I love doing movie reviews, and I just love watching a lot of different types of movies that are out there. And I don't know, I'm just curious if you guys would like me to continue this series or not. Leave a comment, let me know, give the video a thumbs up if you like it. But this week we are going to go ahead and review this movie right here. Life of Pi. Now, this movie came out in 2012. When I originally saw the previews, I honestly laughed out loud. I thought the movie was going to be horrible. You see the picture, and I mean, it pretty much describes the preview. A boy is trapped on a boat in the middle of the ocean with a Bengal tiger. So it was like it was like the most craziest idea for a movie I thought ever. I thought, how in the hell is this even realistic? I mean, what a stupid idea, I thought. But I guess it is was originally a book, and then they made it into a movie. And the movie was actually very critically acclaimed, for a couple different reasons. One, there was a huge religious undertone to the movie, and I think that was going to be kind of one of those tricky things, whether or not it was going to have international success or not, because anytime you have religion, it makes things kind of quirky. It was a huge international success, so it made over $400 million, over $100 million in the U.S., which, by my standards, I mean, if you have a blockbuster movie, you have to, I mean, I'd be thinking by most people's standards, it has to hit at least $100 million in sales in the U.S. only. But anyway, the previews for the movie looked stupid. I thought the movie was going to be horrible. It was actually nominated for 11 Academy Awards in 2012 and actually won 4 of them. The movie was directed by Ang Lee, who is also responsible for the lackluster film of The Hulk in 2003, which was just a horrible version of The Hulk comparison to the revised version. And then you see the even better version of The Hulk in The Avengers years later. But he's also the one that directed Brokeback Mountain, which is a movie I've never seen. I always called it Bareback Mountains because I just thought it was so homo. I'm not homophobic, but I mean, I don't want to see a movie about 2 gay cowboys. It just doesn't appeal to me. I like to see more boobies in my movies. But anyway, so he also did, what was the other one? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So his like array of movies was just crazy, and the fact that he was able to do this one was nuts. The Bengal tiger was 100% CGI, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a couple pictures from this movie, because the design on the Bengal tiger or whatever it is CGI, and also it's just such a visually stimulating movie that some of these images right here will show it some justice. So here's one shot of the Bengal tiger again, and the tiger is all CGI. It is absolutely amazing the way they were able to shoot this, and the filming of it was awesome. I guess it's even better in 3D. You can see right here like just an awesome like visual view of the boy in the water, and here's another one where the water is completely calm and you can see the reflection from the sun. Definitely like kind of a godlike appeal to that one. But there is a huge religious undertone to this movie. One thing that I think that separates this movie from others, yes, it's 2 hours long, or a little over 2 hours long. Yes, the majority of this is basically like Castaway. I mean, he's stuck in the middle of the ocean, for God's sake, and he's stuck out there with a friggin' Bengal tiger, so it's kind of wild. But sit through it. You have to be in the mood to watch it. That's for sure. You have to be in a thinking mood. You can't be in. I mean, if I want to watch a comedy, I wouldn't want to be able to sit there and watch this entire movie. You have to be in the right frame of mind. But if you are, like, I totally think you should watch it. It's a great movie, great story, and what separates this one from other movies, in my opinion, is the way it gets you thinking about possibly religion. And I'm come from a background that I was raised Catholic, but I'm not practicing. But basically, there's a part in the movie where the premise is there's a writer that's trying to figure out a story, runs into a random guy, and it's the uncle of the kid, and he says, I got a story, you know, reach out to this guy who was the boy in the movie. He said, and basically the story will change your life. It'll make you believe in God. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting. There's a crazy kind of a little twist at the end. I'm not going to get into the spoilers of the movie because I don't want to ruin too much for you guys that are out there. But there's definitely a twist at the end that makes you definitely think about religion and perspectives on religions and stuff. Anyways, I wouldn't let the religious aspect of the movie scare you off from watching the movie. Visually, there's enough visual stimulation in the movie that it's worth watching just for that alone. If you're offended by like religious sort of movies, or if you're not in the mood to watch something like that, then it might be a little bit difficult to swallow. But for the most part, I mean, have an open mind going into it, and and it will actually I think it will be good for you guys to watch. All in all, I really enjoyed the movie. It's one of those movies that was so touching and so moving when you watch the movie that you want to look up more information about it afterwards. I want to look up reviews and see what the ending scene meant. Anytime, like, after you watch the movie, something you want to look into the movie more, I think has a lasting effect, and I really have an appreciation for that. So I know this is kind of a cheesy movie to start off for my very first like Movie Monday review, but in all honesty, it was the last movie I watched. I watched a couple other movies this weekend. One of them was a comedy, and there was a lot of other ones. Some of them were really funny. But this is one I wanted to do a review on because it was one I watched last, and it left kind of a lasting impression. Really a cool story, and not as cheesy as I thought from the previews. So if you laughed at the previews as well as myself, I say give it a shot. Definitely worth the rent, in my opinion, and it's a family movie as well, so if you're into that sort of thing, it's one of those things that you guys can all watch. Anyway, I hope you guys like this this series, Movie Mondays. I'm going to be starting this. I haven't seen anybody else do this one yet. I figure I'll just go ahead and start doing this every Monday. It's something I'm passionate about, and I figured you guys may or may not want to see this, but have a good one, guys. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.